Is it going? Hi, I'm Heather, and this is my week by week pregnancy journal. This is my week 6 pregnancy update. So week 6 was actually December 30th to January 6th. Today is January 6th, so it is day 1 of week 7. So I just finished week 6, so I'll let you know how I felt and everything that's been going on for myself and my husband. This week, the baby is actually the size of a sweet pea. So how big is that? About like this big. Little, teeny, tiny. It's 1/6 of an inch from crown to rump, and that's how they'll be measuring the baby until about week 27, when they'll start to measure head to toe. So from crown to rump, or crown to tail, if that tail didn't disappear, it's 1/6 of an inch. Right now, the facial features are starting to form on the baby, along with things like earbuds, limb buds, like nubbies, kidneys, the liver, the lungs. All that stuff is in the beginning stages of developing. The micro heart that we talked about last week is now beating 80 to 100 times per minute. All that yolk sac is still present, which is fueling all of the growth for Blobby right now, and that should end up disappearing. And then the placenta will take place at the end of the first trimester. An early placenta has started to develop and formed some blood vessels. How I'm feeling right now, I'm actually feeling great. Just very tired this whole last week. It's been about 10 degrees here in New Jersey. So I've literally been chilled to the bone. I don't know if that has to do with just the weather or being pregnant or the combination of both, but I'm literally chilled to the bone. I am feeling anxious still. Not anxiety like it's taking over my life, but you know, when you sit and think about, oh my God, I am pregnant still, you get a little jump of anxiety. Like, you get a little jump of, you don't know what's to come. Considering that our appointment is now, 3 or 4 days away. It's a little better of a feeling. So countdown has actually begun. Obviously very fatigued because my body's making a baby. Duh. And then slight headaches on and off. Not to the point that I need to chop my head off or anything, but still having the occasional intermittent dull crampiness, but that seems to go away. Drinking water I think does help that feeling. I also this week have noticed that my face is kind of breaking out, which never really happens for me. Luckily I'm thankful that I don't have an issue with acne, but definitely on my cheeks and the sides of my forehead and the sides of my face, like right here, pimples are popping out, and that's not something I like to deal with because I'm a pimple popper, and just makes it worse. So hopefully that stops, but I don't feel like that's gonna go away. I think that's gonna continue because the mix of hormones that's just bursting inside of me. What else? I definitely find myself having food aversions. Not necessarily feeling sick or nauseous, which I kind of wished on myself a couple weeks ago when I first found out. I remember telling my husband's family that, I just hope that I feel nauseous or just let me throw up one time so I feel something. But now, as the time goes on, I am starting to feel little things that are just off and not myself. So definitely trying to avoid certain foods. Not anything specific that I can think of off the top of my head, just more like textures, or when I think of something and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna eat that peanut butter banana yogurt, and then I say, nope, not really feeling that. Or that salad I made earlier, can't wait to eat it, and then I think about it and I say, no, don't really want that either. So I don't know, but then I can tell myself, I know it's nutritious, it's organic, and I'm gonna eat it, and then I just eat it and I don't get nauseous and I don't throw up. So knock on wood that I don't have to go through the nauseous thing. So my boobs are still a little sore. Nothing crazy, or it doesn't feel like they're ripping off my body. But yeah, I have heard from people that sometimes they have a hard time sleeping. This past week I did notice a couple times that I woke up in the middle of the night, whether it be to pee, because I am having, more frequent urination. I don't know, again, I don't know if that's because I'm just increasing my fluid intake or because that's what happens when you're pregnant. But I find myself waking up in the middle of the night to go pee, and that never happens. And then I'm just kind of restless at night. Last night was the worst. I also feel a sore throat, so I'm kind of praying that it's not strep or anything, because then, I do have some concerns about being sick and then having to go to the doctors and then having to be put on an antibiotic or something. Because I know that right now is a important time for the baby's development, so I'll keep you posted on what happens with this sore throat. But I woke up in the middle of the night, could hardly swallow, and I, brushed my teeth, scrubbed my tongue, mixed up some warm salt water, gargled, looked down my throat with a flashlight, tried to inspect everything, and then, of course, after that, I was up on my phone Googling. So I was up very early this morning. Hopefully that doesn't continue. As of right now, after I did the salt water gargles, and I think I'm going to go try and do the neti pot too, for my sinuses, I'll let you know how I'm feeling. So this week, cravings, not anything significant again. Actually, yeah, vinegar is one of my big cravings this week. I could probably drink a bottle of vinegar. I love vinegar anyway. Like, I'm a vinegar dunker. I dump vinegar. Like, I love vinegar, but I'm having a strong urge to have things with vinegar. This week was homemade salsa. Had to go to the store. I bought some homemade salsa, spicy, and put some red wine vinegar on it, and I just went to town with that. And my husband can't eat onions, and I didn't get him any regular salsa, so he was kind of upset. And another thing that I found myself picking up from the grocery store was pickled beets. It's another weird, like the other day when I was at work, I found myself looking into my lunchbox saying, wow, if somebody looked at this, they would be like, she's pregnant. So it was like a jar of pickled beets, a salad with some kind of vinegar dressing, a bag of, a bag of chopped up peppers, a container of hummus. Like, it was anything I could throw in there. It all went into the bag. This week, my body hasn't changed much again. I do have some bloating, which makes me feel like something is there, but then, it goes away. So this week, how I'm feeling, how my husband's feeling, we're both just still anxious. I think we'll be anxious until Wednesday comes and we get good news. And then also, I'm just anxious to tell people. I like people being a part of my world. I like sharing. I'm like an open book. I am very open. I ask questions. I find that maybe me being a nurse is me feeling that I have the right to be involved in people's personal lives and them be involved in mine. So I'm an open book, and I like it that way. I like people's opinions. I take them with a grain of salt. So I'm excited to hear from everyone and what their thoughts are, and I just, I can be stern and know that, I don't need them to tell me what to do, but I'm ready to receive information. So what's comforting to me right now? Definitely warm showers. Like, at the end of the day, I can't wait to get in the shower, sit there, flip my hair over, and let the water run on the back of my neck. That's very comforting right now. Definitely still occasionally peeing on a stick or two, just to see how fast it turns now, because obviously 2 weeks ago it was taking a long time to turn and it was not very dark, whereas now I'm peeing on sticks and it's a dark line and it comes up within like 20 to 30 seconds. That's very comforting to know that obviously my HCG is rising. Believe it or not, that one clear blue test that we took on December 22nd, it still says pregnant. So I personally thought that the digital ones disappear after 24 hours or 48 hours or something like that, but it still says pregnant. So that's very comforting also. This week also I had this crazy urge to just go nuts and start cleaning the entire house. Like going down in the basement, we have a lot of stuff in the basement and we just need to get rid of it all. So I started bringing it up and I was like, once it's up and then it's out. So I, logged onto the Facebook yard sale site and started selling things like crazy. So if anybody wants anything, just be on the lookout because you have a pregnant woman trying to clean shit up. Another thing is savoring tiny scoops of green tea ice cream and letting my husband just watch me and not let him have any. I love green tea ice cream and I went and got a little pint of it and I've been savoring that. How has my husband been during this week? Has been very positive and comforting. So he does small things for me throughout the day. He's continuing to make me with bone broth and serve it to me. He is cooking dinners, not really crying about cooking dinner more than me because, we had our alternating weekly thing and he's kind of taken over, knowing that my body is changing right now. And little things like tickling my back when we're laying down or sitting on the couch and itching my back when I'm itchy. I feel like I've been more itchy than normal. Also, I just feel like sometimes I'm carrying a lot of tension, so especially in my shoulder blade. So he'll apply some pressure and just kind of do some pressure points for me to help me relax. He also yells into my belly button and sometimes sticks his tongue on it, and that does not make me happy. So as of right now, my husband is trying to talk to the blob, but I don't know. He's trying to bond. He read in his book that bonding should start. So that's fine with me. It doesn't bother me. But it's still a blobby. Again, my dog, I find him jumping up on the bed more and kind of just resting his head on me and letting me pet him. And he's not an affectionate dog. He's a lab border collie mix. He just wants to be outside, sit outside, chase squirrels. And I find him laying on me more and letting me pet him. So I just feel, again, that he's aware of what's going on and that he might have a little brother or sister. So that's the end of week 6. I am officially starting week 7 today. I'm just going to give you a little look at my belly. Not much has changed, but I'm eager for the changes to start. So this is week 6.
Can't really. Here.
So this is week 6. Technically day 1 of week 7. So not much is there, which is a good thing, I guess. Sometimes I get a little bloated around here, and my stomach wasn't flat to begin with, but so that was week 6 update. I'll see you next week after our appointment. So fingers crossed that everything goes swell. Smelling kind of spicy. I stopped wearing deodorant because it's bad. So I got this organic deodorant and it has not come yet. It's about a week now. How do you like it?
Yummy.
Spicy. Anyway,